with your personal care products and even nutrition, because you guys, healthy skin and a beautiful skin and look and face starts in our gut. And I hope everybody knows that, you know, we really love to help people get started with health and wellness from the inside out, and that we get to teach people, you know, how their body takes toxins in, and how the body eliminates toxins, and how our skin is our body's largest organ that is exposed to toxins and does its job. And so we don't do anything without first, you know, taking care of our inside and helping our body to detox, but also to take care of our skin. And you guys, I have already, you know, used my Genius Ultra for the evening. I've gone all over, and I want you guys to know I have had a crazy busy fun holiday weekend, and I've had a crazy, even busier fun day to day, getting ready for a future shower for my son and my future daughter-in-law, and getting ready for this big event. I had a personal appointment today in the middle of the day, and gave her all the time in the world that she needed to be able to know how to look and feel her best with Arbonne. And I was feeling really tired, and I know I probably still look really tired to all of you guys, because I have not a stitch of anything on my face but the Arbonne skincare. But just washing my face and using this Genius Ultra helped me feel refreshed, and I don't feel like I feel or even look, and maybe it's in my head, as heavy and tired as I did before I started washing my face and everything. So I hope you guys will realize, as you start to use Arbonne more and more, that you will realize those benefits of how you look. But I'm going to show you guys, I've got lots of stuff set up over here. We're not going to go through everything, but I mean, I've already used my lip therapy. I've used my skincare. Like I said, I've used my Genius already, and I have lots of things that I'm going to show you, because we're going to start out with just using, like, you know, contouring, highlighting, doing a 5-minute face. And then we're going to go, and I'm going to teach you some of the tricks and things that we can do in order for us to be able to go to an evening look, or even an event, or if you're going to be taking pictures. I'm going to be doing all of those things, you guys, in less than a month now, whenever my son gets married. And so, you know, this is sort of kind of practice for me too, to be able to know how I might want to do my makeup whenever I'm getting ready for the wedding, and we're going to have, you know, an event, as well as pictures that we're going to do. So I'm going to put my glasses on, and I'm going to try to follow along. And I want you guys to know, I also think, just for you to know, if you don't have, because it really does make a difference, if you don't have, they said I'm cutting out really bad. You guys, is everybody okay? Can anybody else, am I having problems with other people? Because sometimes it's not my Wi-Fi, it may be somebody else's. So if I'm having problems, you guys, please let me know. But what I want you guys to know is that it's also good to have good lighting whenever you're doing makeup, and it's also good to have, okay, thanks, thumbs up. It's also good to have good magnification. I mean, even if you aren't old like me and you can't see without glasses, you might still want to use a magnifying mirror, because you want to be able to, like, you know, pluck eyebrows, or, you know, see imperfections, and start looking at things that you might want to start targeting for your skin, to be able to make improvements, because you can with Arbonne's help. So I have also a magnifying mirror that I use, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but I have it, and I set it in my bathroom, and I've set up sort of a makeshift, you know, bathroom makeup mirror here, and I am ready to get started. But I want you guys, and I'll have to be putting my glasses off and on throughout this, but I know we have people, you know, from all over. I see Chris from Maui, Hawaii. I know we have people from California. We have people from Blanchard, Oklahoma. Go Oklahoma. And we have people from all over joining this. And these things have been so fun. I'm going to hate whenever we, you know, maybe go, well, we've done it all, and now we shouldn't do these anymore. But I hope we always can do these, because they're fun. But I want you guys to be able to just tell me too, in here, when you type in, tell me, like, what look would you like to have, or what kind of tips and help would you like to have for your, you know, makeup tips or tricks. Like, what is it? Because we're going to talk about the things that I mentioned on the event and the invite that you got to have. Hello from Upper Michigan. But I want you guys to also let me know if there's something that I can target, and if somebody can, you know, either put it in there or text me so I can see it and I don't miss it, so that I can address it. We'll do that. So now that you guys have all of my makeup, my makeup off, and I'm skincare clean, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to start building on that. And what we love to do is first use and get your face ready for makeup. And I will tell you, this makeup primer is not just for people who are wearing makeup. My husband, who has worked outside his entire life, he uses this makeup primer because it's spackling for your face. It helps to fill in lines and wrinkles and give your skin a smoother texture and appearance. And it doesn't have to be, I mean, you know, if we didn't call it makeup primer, no one would have a problem with it. If you're secure in your manhood, you don't have a problem with it, because I promise you, he doesn't have a problem with it. But this is something that absolutely smooths out the tone and the texture for men as well as women, because it's simply spackling for your face. And I love it. At events, we always put it on the back of people's hands, one hand, and we'll put it on and show people the difference in one hand versus the other, and you'll see how much difference. But this little product here, you guys, is like, it's like silk on your skin. You rub it together and it just rubs together so easy and gently, and it just helps everything else that you do glide on. So I'm going to be using my mirror, you guys, a little bit. And you want to put this on your eyelids as well. And you want to use the fingertips, not, you know, the pads of your fingers and stuff. And you want to be able to go everywhere that you have, you know, are going to be putting your makeup and your foundation or concealers and different things like that. But you want to go sort of like an upward motion, and you want to be on the pads of your fingers and do gentle touches. You don't want to drag and stretch, you guys, because that elasticity in your skin eventually, instead of being a tight little pair of panties like you were when you're a teenager, you become that big stretched out granny panty elasticity that, you know, when you pull it out, it doesn't stretch back so much, because we lose that elasticity as we age, and it's one of those symptoms and signs of aging. So be gentle with your skin and take care of it so that we're not having to repair it as much. Now, you guys, whenever we get through the primer, we can use a base or a foundation. And I will tell you, I know a lot of people go, well, I don't wear it. And it's great if you have good skin and you think you don't have to, because that was me for a long time. But I will also tell you that even though I have good skin, you will have better skin and a better palette to start painting on whenever you use a little bit of a foundation that will help to even out any kind of imperfection, tone, or texture that you need for your skin, in order for it to have that canvas and be that clean canvas that you want to start painting on. So you're going to start with one of the foundations. We have a liquid perfecting foundation, which is absolutely amazing, and it takes the tiniest amount to go a really long way. I promise you, you'll like be rinsing foundation off of your fingertips and down the sink whenever you get done using this. We also have a CC cream, which honestly, you guys, I use this every day as my foundation. Maybe for an event or a wedding, I would use the liquid foundation. And so I can maybe try to use, you know, this tonight. I wasn't planning on it. I was actually going to use the CC cream. But if I'm going to do event makeup, I might want to do one side on one and the other side on the other, and you guys can see. But I'm going to go ahead and use this. And we have a foundation brush, you guys. Our brush set from Arbonne is absolutely amazing. It's vegan, and it has the best brush. And you can easily clean these with one of our cleansers and let them dry whenever you need to, you know, freshen them up or whatever. But if you will just put a little bit of it on and use a brush to apply your foundation or your CC cream or your mineral powder foundation, you will absolutely see a better application with your foundation when you use a makeup brush that's made for that. So I'm going to use a mirror again, and I'll do half my face, you guys. And we also have like a toner, a liquid concealer that is awesome. But you guys, I actually sort of like to use it on the outside of my makeup and not on the underneath side of it. But you can do it either way. But I didn't forget it, so don't worry if you think, oh my, she forgot her concealer. I have just been sort of using it as a double concealer highlighter, and so I like to use it on the outside. And this color, you guys, is sort of a winter color. for me, so it may be a little bit light for my skin right now because we did just come back. But what I want you to know is if you see how if I keep putting it on and giving me a base foundation, it's not a whole lot different, I don't think, than the base of my neck. This is honey beige, and then I always like, you guys, after I do my brush, I always like pat it in again with my fingertips and stuff and just make sure that I have it evenly applied to my skin. And I will also make sure that I don't have lines. Like, I don't like any kind of line. And this is one of those things that I would always challenge you to check your skin before you go out at the end of the day, after you get your makeup on and everything, and make sure you don't have makeup foundation lines along your chin that are either light or dark. And again, you guys, I know I look light right now, but by the time I get my bronzer and some other things on my skin, I can fix that. I can fix it with Arbonne. However, I could also go up a shade with our foundation and it'd be okay too. But if you have a couple of colors, then you can combine them. This is the CC cream, and I use the medium in the summer. So this is the CC cream side, is the left side, okay? And this one, you guys might be thinking, it looks different on the Facebook than it actually does on my skin in the mirror, because this is a good color for me. But again, I go over my eyelid. I'm gonna go, and I'm brushing down, you guys, not up. And I'm making sure I get in all my creases so that I don't have, like, you know, gaping holes in my foundation for my skin, because I wanted to fill it all in. And I'm going to make sure, and I wish you guys could see, like, I have a little bit of a line, and I know you guys think I look like a ghost, don't I? But trust me, it's all gonna get better. I have a few lines that I can see because I have this huge magnifying mirror that I am working with. And whenever I put this on and I'm looking at it in the mirror, you guys, I can totally watch those lines like disappear. And my skin, that was not so bad to begin with, because I use Arbonne and have used Arbonne for a long time. And this new RE9 is correcting anything that I even did think about having that needed to be fixed on my skin. But okay, so, wow, do I look as white to you guys on this thing as I did? Because I really can't see me. It's sort of a blur, but I just see a big white face. But again, it's a canvas. It is a clean canvas that I'm going to start painting on. And again, I just sort of like pat. And it's good to do this, you guys, because what it does is it increases circulation in your skin and provides good blood flow to the surface of your skin, which is healthy for you. And you can see if you like one side versus the other. I honestly, you guys, for me, I prefer the CC cream. And, you know, if I did the foundation, I would maybe, you know, do a little bit of it in places, but I really do prefer the CC cream. It's such a quick, easy on the go, even though it's a good clean look and it does its job, but it also is fast. And I feel like it's an out the door on the go product. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this concealer. And I would give you the whole long Arbonne name for it, but it's a liquid concealer, and it is the most amazing thing. There's multiple shades, so you can pick the one that's good for you, but you want to pick out one that is about 2 shades lighter than your skin, okay? And the other thing is about our foundation, you guys, is it sits here, the CC cream, the foundation, the mineral powder foundation, all of those melt into your skin. So it doesn't ever look like, at first it looks like you may have it sitting on your skin, but give it just a few minutes and it's gonna start melting into your skin, and it's gonna look and feel like you have nothing on your skin, okay? But as that's melting into my skin, I'm gonna be doing all this other stuff. And this is one of the steps. It has multiple shades, but do the 2 shades lighter than your skin. And you can put it wherever you think, and you can just dab it, you know, a few dots under each eye, or if you want to use it in some of the other areas. I usually just start with dabbing my eyes, because anything that I have left over from my eye area, I can take and sort of use in some of the other areas that I use, because you can really use it on any line or imperfection that you want to reflect light away from. If you reflect light, and in Arbonne, all of their makeup products have light reflective ingredients in them. And if you do that, what happens is it helps people, when they're looking at you, they don't even notice it because the light pushes it away. I wish you guys could have seen the makeover. I said I should have videoed the lady that I was helping today do makeup in right here in this chair, which helped me sort of get set up for tonight. But then you can like sort of blend with this end of the concealer brush. This is Arbonne's concealer brush, and this is a blending end, and this is sort of I don't even know what they're called. It'll tell you though. But anyway, they have multiple purposes. And on the concealer, you guys, you want to make sure you get on this inside of your nose. A lot of people get sort of blue or dark there, and they'll have like dark circles. And our eye cream definitely has things and ingredients in it to help, you know, minimize the dark circles. But also, you want to help do it with the concealers that we have. And this concealer, you guys, I will tell you, I've not really ever been a fan of concealers. I've always used our highlighter to do this with instead of our concealer, because our concealer was a little thick, and most of them are, and you sort of have to drag, and I don't like dragging on my skin. But you can see how I have it sort of patted in there now, but it still needs to be blended. I get it. Don't worry. I can see that good. And then you take this into the brush, and I just sort of brush it in and look up, and you can like get up underneath the eye area, and then blend it down into your cheek area. And even though it's blended, it still is reflecting that light away. And do the same thing on the other side. And again, it may look like I'm being rough, but I'm just gently sort of patting and tapping and letting it like blend in so it doesn't look like it's sitting on my face. And I'm looking in this magnifying mirror, and now it looks just really nice. So, but I know my eyes look really white and everything else looks sort of dark. But what I'm going to do is then I'm going to use it to do some of the highlighting that we talked about. You guys, if you run down the center of your nose with a light concealer, or you can also use a highlighter. This little bottle will last you 2 years, and it will make the biggest difference in your skin. But what I like to do is sometimes just run my concealer down like over like my laugh lines. Can you see how those look sort of heavy to begin with? And now watch as I put this concealer on, like they sort of disappear. And maybe they disappear because I can't see very well, and it looks like they disappear, and they may still be sitting there with your eyes. But with my eyes, they absolutely minimize. And you can highlight right around in here, and then you can also highlight on your chin area and above your eye area. If you highlight right above your eyebrow area, it gives you an eye lift. It helps open up your eyes. And you can highlight the middle of your forehead and above the eyebrows, down the center of the nose, under the eye, around here and here. And you guys, some people are like, okay, I just would rather, you know, mix my foundation. And if you want to do that, you can. You can like go and, you know, do your foundation and then just put your concealer in and then just blend it all in together everywhere. And you can sort of be highlighted everywhere. But I hope you can see, the difference. I can't see you guys' comments, but hopefully you guys can see the transformation that my skin is sort of kind of already taking to begin with, and that you're learning something about highlighting. Okay, so now we've got a foundation, we've got some imperfections sort of taken care of, and we've done that with our foundation and our concealer, and we can even use a little bit more of our highlighter if we want to, which sometimes I do, depending on, you know, the look that I want to go for. But tonight I'm going to just go on and go into the bronzing powder. And the bronzing powder is amazing. Everything is amazing, so just get used to me saying that. But what I love about the bronzing powder is that you can use it for everything. You can use it as a blush, you can use it as a contour and everything. And so what you want to do with the bronzer, and I love our little bronzing brush, it's slanted. I don't know if you guys can see, but it sort of goes at an angle so that you can contour and give yourself, and you want to make sure you have like, give yourself like some cheekbones. I always tell people, you know, whenever I'm doing makeup on them, I'm always go, do this, you know, and sort of suck in at the cheek. And that's where you want to put your bronzer, so that whenever you're sitting there, you look like you have some natural cheekbones if you don't. And you can put it on and put it on as heavy as you want. If you're going for a 5-minute face, you want to just put it on quick. Then I usually just go at my temple area, underneath my cheekbone, and then sometimes across my forehead. And if you need to get a jawline, you can put this up here at an angle underneath your jawline, and it will help you to have more of a jawline. I will tell you the other thing that helps you have more of a jawline is getting your skin lifted because of the new RE9 Advanced, because that's what has happened to my skin is I was starting to get some jowls and some different, you know, sagging down here, and it's all lifted back up because of Arbonne. So, but if I was going to do a 5-minute face, you guys, sometimes I don't even have to use blush. I like to use blush, and it doesn't take me any longer to whip out a blush and do this. But some people like to just use a little bit of their bronzer as a blush and let that be what they go out the door with. And they'll just sort of brush it all over and just sort of give them a sun-kissed look. And you don't have to be specific with it, except the places that you really want to contour and do the under the cheekbone, on the angle of the temples, underneath the chin line, and then just sort of like brush it all over to give you that sun-kissed look. So now we've got some contouring, we've done some highlighting, we've done those tricks, and it's all while we're doing the 5-minute face, which is taking longer because I'm explaining, but I'm telling you I can get this done like boom, 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 and I'm out the door. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give myself some eyes. We'll do eyebrows first. I want you guys to know it is really big that I'm sitting here with 0 eyes on my face because I am an eyeliner girl. I don't go anywhere without eyeliner. I've never had permanent eyeliner done because I love Arbonne's eyeliners, but I want you to know that I totally use eyeliner to do that. But here's our eyebrow pencil, and we have them in the medium and the light and dark. And I use the medium pencil, I think is what this one is. Again, I can't see it. So, but I use this color so that it is just sort of a natural day look. And you can, if you're lighter complected, you might want to use the light one. If you're, you know, darker complected, you can use the dark, but you have to be a little more precise with it. And I like that this one is fast because if I'm doing a 5-minute face, I want to be able to have my eyebrows, but I don't want to have to, you know, be so worried that I am, you know, taking them, and going out of the lines too much because I am like whipping it on there quick. So you can brush them and get it sort of separated. And then the other end is where you get to roll this up. And you guys, these pencils, all of them, the eyeliner pencils, the eyebrow pencils, all of them have such a creamy texture that they just glide on so easily. So I want you guys to see, like, even on a 5-minute face, what difference a quick coloring in of your eyebrow with just a little bit of color makes. And what I also love about a makeup mirror, you guys, that has good light and good magnification is that you can see if you need to pluck your eyebrows like I do today. So I didn't pluck them because of time's sake. I won't put you through that, but I do like that we get to be groomed, and I'd like to not have makeup foundation lines and all of that. But can you guys see the difference in this eyebrow versus this eyebrow? And what I've done and how quickly I would be able to like boop, 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 and have an eyebrow, and it give me the eyebrow definition, or the definition and the attention that I want to draw to my eyes, and maybe not to some of those lines and imperfections that I'm showing, you know, in other areas of my face. So here's the brow pencil. And if you get a little wild with it, you guys, I always have to step back, and sometimes I have to put it on the regular side of the mirror so that I can take a real good look because I'm so magnified I can't tell if I'm even or whatever. But this is the eyebrow pencil, and it just gives me a little more definition to my face. So you can see how I've been painting on this canvas that we started out with that may have looked a little white or light to you guys, but is now you know, taking on life. So now we're going to use a pencil. And like I said, I don't usually, like, the fact that you see me with no eyeliner on right now is really, you know, me showing my self-confidence here. But this is a brown pencil, and I don't know the name of them all, you guys. I call it brown because it's what is easy. This is Carleeta, and other people that might know these can type in the names of them for me. But this is the brown pencil that I run even to the gym. And you guys, again, I don't do, like, you can see I'm not like being precise in it. I sort of rub it up along the eyelash line. Now, some people don't like to use liner on the bottom. They like to use it on the top, okay? So I'm going to take the the Carbon, which is our black liner, because I'm going to do that sort of on the dramatic eye. But can you see the difference in how just a little bit of liner on the underneath side with the pencil gives me a little definition in my eye. If you want to do, a lot of people don't put anything on the bottom. They'll put it up on the top. I'm going to put it on both eventually on this side. But again, you can just rub it on. And you don't have to be real neat or clean with this, because when you put on your eyeshadow, it's going to blend. So people are afraid of eyeliner. I always hear them say, they go, oh, I can't use that because I can't put it on. And you guys, you do not have to be. And can you see it's not even like dragging my eye area at all? Like it's not dragging, because this pencil is so creamy. All of the pencils are so creamy and they go on so easy. And you can put it on as thick or as thin as you would like, okay? So this is, you know, this is what you would do for a more dramatic eye. And if you get too much on, you can even use a Q-tip to like clean it up a little bit and, you know, tone it down a little bit, and it will easily clean up for you. And like I said, you're going to blend it again later. So if you want to have like just the top liner, you can do the top liner on this side. I'm probably looking really freaky to you guys at this point. Or you can do the bottom liner, and you can do whichever one you prefer. If I'm just going out the door, I just want a little bit of touch of something, and I don't care what it is. But I'm going to use the bottom liner over here. Actually, I'm not going to use it because I think it's kind of looking sort of pretty over here. With let me try a new trick, because this may be something I end up doing for the wedding, or you know, something like that. So I'm going to just leave it like that. I have a top and a bottom. We're going to have two pieces. And then after you do your eyeliner, what I do is I'm also going to add a little touch of blush, because you guys, I add a little touch of blush. I always run with Apricot or Blossom, and those are my two favorites. I know a lot of people like different colors, Dusty Rose, but what I love about these two colors is that I can keep these two colors and it will go with anything and everything I need. The Blossom is a little more of a pinky tone, and the Apricot is more of a peachy tone. So depending on what colors I'm wearing, like today my shirt is a little bit creamy peachy, so I'm going to use my Apricot. And I just always like use my powder blush, my bigger brush, and I just take it and I rub a little bit of it off so that it's not real strong on there. And if I need more, I always think it's easier to add than it is to take away. And you want to go like right on the ball of your cheek. You want to sort of like make a ball on your cheek and make sure that you get that colored up a little bit. And then just rub it up just a little bit to accent up on the cheekbone area. And then I'm going to do this side too. And I just do a little bit on the cheekbone and then rub up. And honestly, you guys, then I could add a little bit of mascara and I could have a 5-minute face. Sometimes I will tell you, if you can see like my eyelid is a little bit like pink and red, and sometimes as I age that skin gets thinner, and you may want to add, I do add sometimes a little touch of you know, foundation, or not, well, foundation and the concealer like we've already done, but I will add a touch of a neutral eyeshadow, even if I'm going with a 5-minute quick look face. But this, you guys, is our Prime and Proper Eyelid Makeup, and I do know that name because I love this product. It will go on your eyelid, and it preps your eyelid for the eyeshadows, and it a little bit goes a long way. And so I'm going to just put a little bit on my eyes, and even that, you're going to see that the redness and the unevenness goes away a little bit. I'm going to go pull out my concealer brush again, and I'm going to just like brush that on. And there are pictures, you guys. I'll try to post one. Somebody may be able to do that. That shows these, what our shadows do with an eyelid primer and what our shadows do without an eyelid primer. And the color just pops when you use this eyelid primer. Even if you're just using a neutral shadow, it will like pop. It keeps it from creasing. It helps it to wear all day long. And that little product takes, you know, 2 seconds to throw on your skin, rub it on, and even if it just evens out the tone of your lid and keeps it from being pink and discolored, it still enhances your look. So now I'm going to do a little setting powder. I like to do the powder before I do my eyeshadows and my mascara because I don't like to get powder on my mascara. So the translucent setting powder is a game changer. Lindsay would like come home and she's like, Mom, you look so good. What are you doing? What have you done different? And I'm like, nothing. And one day she was in the bathroom when I was getting ready, talking to me. Yes, she's still 26 years old, standing in the bathroom talking to me as I get ready, and I love it. And she saw me put this on and she goes, what is that? And so I told her and she goes, that's it. That's what you do that makes your skin look so perfect. And so you guys, this powder just sets everything in place, okay? And you can just rub it on. And like I said, if you thought I was too dark or too much in one area, this just sort of like tones it down. So you want to maybe go a little bit on the darker side because you're going to put this over it to set it. And that's the powder. And I'm going to go ahead and do the other side just because I love this powder. I just love how it feels when I put it on. I feel like my skin, like if there's any, you know, like if it's still moist or wet from the makeup or whatever, this just sort of dries it a little bit and sets it and gets me complete for the day. And I feel like, I mean, this would be like a 5-minute face. If I, you know, want to add mascara, I can, and run out the door, or I can add a little bit of the shadows. So if I was going to do a 5-minute face and an out the door casual look, these are like my favorite palettes. And again, you guys, I have these in there from the way that they are in the catalog. And so we can help you get, you know, pictures and help you know what colors. But I will just tell you, I know which ones I naturally go to. I go to this one right here as a lid color, or I go to this one. Like today, because my shirt's a little peachy pink, I'm going to go in this palette because it's got more of that tone in it, where this is more browns and yellows and silvery, you know, look. And this one's more the pinky, you know, creamy tan look. So this would be the color I would grab to be able to go with this look for the day. And if I was doing the 5-minute face, I would do that all over my lid, and then I would do a little highlight. So I'm going to put this on my lid. And again, can you see how sloppy I'm being? And sometimes I'll rub it like in the corner of my eye and get it down in this area. And then I'm going to highlight, and I'll just, if I'm quick, I'm just going to use this palette I have right here in my hand and go to the lightest color over here. And I'm going to put that at the top of my eye bone to highlight. And so you can see that I have, you know, just enough to like color. And I may like turn it over and go, okay, make sure I didn't have it, you know, flying all over the place and everything and stuff. But honestly, it looks pretty good. And you saw how not careful I was, because I don't have to be, because it's just going where it needs to be, and that primer attracts it. So that's where I would put it for this look. And then I can add a little bit of, and I know Lindsay likes to not put mascara on the bottom sometimes and just put it on the top. And the way you want to do your mascara, you guys, is you want to like touch the ends and sort of like brush the ends and get them touched with the mascara. And then once you get that, and you want to do a generous amount, once you get your ends touched, then what you want to do is you want to go up underneath the base. Like open your eye as big as you can and get to the base and sort of wiggle a little bit. And get a little bit of mascara at the base of your lash, because it helps them to stand up. And it helps your lashes to look longer. And you get them where they're standing up, and then you can brush back over them with the other end to get the length that you need and can have with our It's a Long Story mascara. I want you guys to know you've been seeing me send out those sample packs of all the goodies and stuff that I've been sharing with people of all the new products, and I keep my customers up to date and current if they let me. And I had a lady today who's, you know, bought all the new RE9, has got the Genius and is on all of that, and then tried the samples, and she texts me, she goes, I tried that sample of that mascara. Oh my gosh, I love it. Please order me 2 of those. And so she had me get 2 mascaras for her, because that's what this stuff does. If you try it, you love it. And so you guys can see you see my eye? And that's just mascara on the top of my eye. See the difference? And this is just a simple day look. But because of this mascara, it can be a really great look, even though you're just using it for the day. If I always add, because you guys, again, I like my eyes to pop. So I always add mascara on the bottom too. So now you've seen this with just the top, which is a fine look if you want to go fast and go out the door. But I always like to just touch my bottom lashes with a little bit of mascara too. And because our products, you guys, are all vegan, they're all clean, they don't have animal products or byproducts. You know, a lot of times people go, oh, I'm losing my lashes and I'm doing this. And it's, you know, a lot of times it's the chemicals and the things that are in it. And I have, you know, I'm aging and I still have great lashes and great eyebrows and everything. So that's this like day look, okay? So that's going to be my day look. Now I'm going to cheat because I hardly ever do the night look. And in our makeup presentation, I have in here a day recommendation from Arbonne of the colors, and we also have a night recommendation of the colors. And I'm also going to cheat on the lipsticks because I'm a lip gloss girl, and I'm going to help you do it. I look so weird with one eye down and one eye not. Okay, so now for the night look, they recommend using Sunstone, Sequoia, Onyx, and Opal. So they're going to recommend none of those. And I have them labeled on the bottom, you guys, because I can't remember. Here's Opal. And the Onyx is obviously the dark black one. And we'll use that one in the corners of our eye. And then we have Sequoia and Sunstone, which are both in this little guy. So Sequoia, Sunstone and Sequoia are, this one is Sunstone and this is Sequoia. And then the Onyx and the others are, I'll show you, we're just gonna use them. So the Sunstone, they said, put on the lid just below the bone and then like below the crease of your eye. And you guys are gonna have to help me remember, I wish you could talk to me. Sequoia is gonna be in the crease. Oh, and the Onyx. So Sunstone is on the lid, I can do that. And then Sequoia, so this is Sunstone. This is gonna be on my lid for a night look, okay? And this is going to be me going to my son's wedding. So I'm going to be doing my makeup. I love pretending. And I'm going to be putting it on this lid right here, which is where they said to put it. And you guys, I may end up looking like a freak because I don't usually do this. So bear with me, okay? And we can critique. And that's fun. That's the fun thing about makeup, you guys, is we're playing. I'm playing. I'm not going anywhere now. I'm going to bed. But I'm going to go there. And we have different brushes, you guys. So I could use like a smaller brush to get this on where I want it. If I'm going to be more precise, and I probably should if I'm not going to be just running out the door, you know, and get this on the lid area. And I'm going to put some liner on the bottom to be a little more dramatic. Now, this other color, I think it's Sequoia, is going to go in the crease. Like of the eye. So it's going to go in the crease, like right under the bone area. And it's going to give me definition. And again, you guys, this is going to look like a lot, okay? It's going to look like I have a black eye. But what I want you to know is on an evening event, the lights are low. If you're doing pictures or camera, any photographer knows you have to enhance and use way more makeup than you ever would naturally because you are going to, like it's going to wash you out with the lights. And so you're going to do this in the crease, like a little bit like under, and I may have gotten it a little too high, but depending on how much room you have, and again, you guys, if I think, oh, I got it a little high, look what I can do. I can just take my finger and just sort of lightly touch and clean it up a little bit. And I like to go outside of my eye a little bit and make my eye look a little bigger. And then I'm going to take the smallest brush that Arbonne has in their brush set for $38, and you can get that. And I'm going to use the Onyx, which is the black color here, just at the corner, they said. And so then I'm just going to touch that. Doesn't take much. And I'm going to use it just on the corners of my eye and go and accent the corner of my eye. And you can do as much or as little as you want. And again, it might depend on your outfits. Okay, but this is Arbonne that has just given us some suggestions and ideas because they know not everyone knows how to do makeup. And then the light color, I could probably just pick one, anyone, but let me come back and see which one they said. They said opal. So now, you love how I look like a little lady? Opal. Okay, here we are. So now opal is this color that's going to go on the bone area right here. These colors are gorgeous. It's going to go on the bone area up in here. And do you see how it's highlighting again and opening up my eye? And if you wanted to soften your look at all, you guys, like if you go, oh, I've got it so dark, you know what you can do? Take your highlighting color and then just brush it all, and you can blend it and soften it all up and give yourself, you know, a softer look. So this is the eye area. And like, again, if you feel like you've gotten it a little crazy over there, then you can just touch it up with a Q-tip or your fingertip. I always just use my fingertip. And then I'm going to add a little more pencil because like I said, I like eyeliner on my eyes. I think it gives me definition. So I'm using the Carbon, the black eyeliner, and I'm going to add that, and I put it, like you can put it either inside the lid or underneath the lid. I like it a little bit of both. I like to be a little smudgy with it. And I might even come back and put some more on the top because remember how I said I blended it a little bit because I put my eyeshadow on. But if you want more eyeliner at the top and you want to be more dramatic, come back and add more because you're playing. Okay, so now you can see I've added more eyeliner on the top and the bottom. I wish I could see what you guys are saying at the same time, but I may not even want to know because Lindsay's probably making some funny comments in there about her mom because she knows I really don't have an idea of what I'm doing because Jackie Mammon's going to be doing my makeup for the wedding because I can't. But okay, so this is sort of comical that I'm teaching you how to do makeup. So this is my eye without mascara. Now let's add some mascara for the dramatic evening look. And again, remember you guys, we put it on the tips. And this is where I could spend a long time with a long story, making a long story with my mascara. But I'm going to just put it on the tips and do the general so I don't keep you guys here all night. But you can put as much mascara on as you want. Lindsay spends a lot of time. I don't. But if I was doing pictures and stuff, and then remember, go up at the base, wiggle it a little bit, and then, and I'm not even paying that much attention what I'm doing, and then like get it and run it up because you want those lashes to stand up. And the mascara is going to be what helps them do that and make your lashes look longer and fuller. So you're going to go at the base and you're going to stand up and go longer. I have so much fun information I'm going to share with you guys in just a second. Don't leave me, okay? I know I'm putting mascara on and that may be boring on your end, but hang on with me because I got some fun stuff to share with you. Some fun facts and stories. Okay, so now I'm touching the bottom of mine and I haven't even made too many good funny faces doing this. Because you know people put on funny faces whenever they do makeup. Okay, so can you guys see the difference? And again, if I wanted to, I could add a ton more blush. Like, I mean, I'm always like, more blush, more blush, more blush. But again, I can come back and I can add more if at the end I get my eyes all done and I'm like, gosh, okay, now I feel like I don't have as much blush on as I should. I can come back and add more blush. And then I can do my lips. And you guys, again, I'm a no lip girl because you've heard me talk about how much I really don't love my lips. So I would use, on a day look, I would run with just one of our lip glosses. And we have so many amazing lip glosses. I mean, any of these colors are what I would pick. I mean, like, look how cute that color would be. But I'm usually more of a neutral girl. So would even maybe like just take this for my day look. And I would just touch a little gloss on. I just love how that stuff feels. And that's my gloss look. for the day. And this is honestly how I run around most of the day, is just with gloss. However, if I'm going to be doing a night look, let's play, and you guys may get to laugh at me really hard, because we have lip pencils, and you can either line your lip or you can fill it all in. I'm gonna line it just a little bit. And you guys, liner helps to define, and some people go, oh, I don't use a liner because it runs. Not these. Best makeup ever, you guys, is Arbonne. Okay, so, and again, I'm using just a neutral color, but then like if I wanted to do color, then I can pick up and use like one of these, like for the spring and summer right now. I think these are really pretty, like bold colors, okay? And I can put on here, and people can put on here what their favorite colors are. I can't see again because I lost this one, but I'll try to tell you. These are hibiscus and poppy. And you guys could probably say it without even looking. Like I said, I'm not a lipstick girl, so I don't always wear these. And guava, okay? So these are these colors. I'm gonna put guava on just because I think it might be sort of pretty with the shirt that I have on tonight. And I'm gonna put it on right here. And these lipsticks, you guys, are creamy, but they, what I love is I never wore lipstick because they stunk. If you've ever heard of a rendering plant, you know that's what they make our cosmetics out there if you're not in a company that is pure, safe, and beneficial. And so these are a little bit of color that you could add to your lips. And again, you can be as bold and fun as you want to be. This would be bold for me, because I run with that lipstick every day. But this, you guys, could be a little 5-minute face that I could have done seriously in 5 minutes. And this would be a more of a dramatic look. And can you tell the difference and see how you might want to do some fun things with your makeup, because you can. And if you want help, that's what a consultant is here for you to be able to do. I was with a girl today, and I mean, you guys, she was buying things. She uses Arbonne skincare and has for a long time. But she was telling me, well, I have this lip gloss from Chanel, and I have this, and it's not because I haven't tried. Don't think I haven't done my job, but she hasn't let me help her. And what I can tell her is that our makeup, ASVP, has all of the things that you saw me use here tonight. It has your foundation or your CC. It has your primer. It has your eyelid primer and proper. It has your mascara. It has your liners. It has your lip liner, your lip glosses, your lipstick. And you get to your eyeshadows, your blushes, your bronzer. It has all of that. And that cost per product, you guys, ends up being $17 a makeup product. If you average all of that out, that you get in your kit that gives you everything you need to give you whatever look you want, day or night. And I promise you, you will save money and have products that are pure, safe, and beneficial, and will undo what you've done with your skincare and your Genius and all of those things and stuff. So this is the look that you would have, and then you can just, you know, fluff your hair and, you know, take it out of the headband, and it's going to hopefully enhance the look to what you have done with your makeup and everything. And Arbonne has great hair products. That's why I can put it up in a band and pull it down, and it still not look like I've done too bad for the day. But you guys, in closing, I want to remind you from the very top, your skin and a good look starts from the inside out. Our healthy living products are absolutely what I am passionate about. The opportunity is the most passionate. The healthy living, you start from the inside out. And then what you want to do is you want to use skincare, because it doesn't matter, you know, what kind of makeup you use. It doesn't look good if it's not on good skin. And then don't stop there. Just finish the job with good products that are going to not undo or age you any quicker and give your skin the look that you want. Do you guys remember how it all started? And I may have looked a little white. It may have looked like I had makeup sitting on my face. And now does it look like it's melted into my skin? Does it look like I just have enhanced my own beauty naturally? Because that's what Arbonne does. It doesn't make you up. It makes you your best you. And it still lets you be you, whether you're the night look or the day look. It just enhances your own beauty and lets you shine. And that's what I love about Arbonne. But I just love helping young girls learn how to do makeup. I love helping, you know, people not be afraid of makeup, because I'm one of those people. I've never been a makeup girl, but you guys, I just did this live in front of all of you guys, knowing as little as I know, because I can just slap on Arbonne and it turns out okay. And I can fix it if it didn't go on perfect the first time. So in closing, I want to just say, you guys, I always, you know, end with why Arbonne? Well, we know Arbonne is pure, safe, and beneficial. We know Arbonne's been around for almost 38 years and has always been pure, safe, and beneficial, and has always had that standard, not just today because it's demanded and it's cool, but because it's the right thing to do. And you don't have to worry. I don't have to research anything. I don't have to wonder what gunk is in my products because it's pure from Arbonne. But I want you guys to know that that you can use these products, love these products, and just tell the world about these products, and you can build a business that helps you become financially healthy, or to just feel good that you're helping somebody else learn how to become empowered to take care of themselves better too. And any reason you want to do this business, from financial to I need something to do, to I want to help serve, or I want to help, you know, other people feel good, you can build, you know, it part-time and make a little extra income for running money, or you can build it into a multi-million-dollar health and wellness business that will blow your mind whenever you take it seriously and you treat it as a business and you simply use it and share the products that we have. So consultant, absolutely the best deal. White Mercedes company car, travel, trips, recognition, you know, willable business, all of those things are what comes along with this business. But you can also just use these products like we always talk about as a preferred client, and you can sign up for $20 and you can get everything that you see from the catalog front to back at least a 20 to a 40% discount. That makeup kit that I use tonight pretty much is already put together for you at a 40% discount that helps you get these products at that $17 on average a product. And so that's where you would take advantage of the ASVPs. And you could live healthy at 40% discount as a preferred client with your nutrition ASVP that has all of the nutritional products that help you eat clean and detox from the inside out. You can have the skincare and makeup, and you can add the Genius device to any of these packages, because any 150 order helps you get the Genius, Ultra Genius, to enhance your skin. And then you can add the makeup ASVP to that and have all of that. And all of these are put together in 40% off packages for you, or you can order individually. There's not a monthly minimum or a minimum purchase when you order, and you can just get what you need when you need it. And then you can also host, and you can host via a live like this, the technology we host all over the world. We're in all over the world. We're in 7 different countries now. And or you can also do an in-home party and get together with your friends and family and let people come over and enjoy the Rescue and Renew products and have the spa, experience, sample some of the healthy living, do your face and add some makeup and to the tips and tricks, and do all that with some girlfriends in a just less than an hour is what you can do it if you all just play together and have fun. So those are options, you guys, and they all are great ways to experience Arbonne. But again, I always tell you, the business is the best deal. And I just want you guys to know that, like we talked about the skincare, we got a price comparison sheet today that shows you like what does Arbonne's anti-aging system look like compared to other popular anti-aging dermatological brands out there. And you guys, some of these for the same amount of product, same length of time, same kind of treatments for your skin can be over $2,000 in cost to you. And Arbonne's is around $200 and some odd dollars, like $280, $279 at the preferred client price to use premium Swiss anti-aging skincare. So I want you guys to just know that Arbonne's not trying to, make you spend money you don't have. They're trying to help you use your money in the best and smartest way, because you're out there using these kind of products like this somewhere, just like the lady who I was helping today, who had products from Chanel, who had products from the MAC counter, who had products from, she was naming all these different counters, some Clinique, all of those brands, when she could have shopped and gotten everything she needed at Arbonne. And so we're just challenging her to, when she goes, and I gave her a catalog and said, okay, shop here, and anything you think you need, make a list. I'll help you get it at the best price, because that's what we do. We consult. And I hope you will let your consultant help you get all of this and get you urbanized so that you can enjoy the best products from the inside out at the best deal and save you money so you can become financially healthy at the same time you look and feel your best physically. So I won't keep you any longer. I thank you for your time. I may have been really long and windy, but this really is a 5-minute face. And I hope that you will, that you enjoyed it and that you learned something that will help you be more confident and daring with your makeup. Bye guys. Thank you for joining me.